evening and welcome friends to the Friday edition of This Is Exclusive. Earlier in the day, reports came that the Karnataka government has withdrawn its general consent for allowing CBI investigations in the state. Interestingly, the development came just ahead of Karnataka Lokayukt booking the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah following a court-instructed probe that has started in the Mudai scam. Are the two developments connected? We'll get you an exclusive element on this whole process of the general consent to CBI and how the CBI picks up probes in the states and what role the state governments play. Of course, for the political part, join me at 9 p.m. Also, in the ongoing Tirupati Laddu row, we had Jagan Mohan Reddy, the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, coming out in a press conference for the first time and taking the battle right into the TDP camp, saying that this is all politics. And in fact, he raised doubts about the NDDB report itself. That's going to be our focus. Let me get you the headlines first.
Presented by Royal Global University, Northeast can't wait. Pado, kuch pano.
Tarvata, accordingly, 4 samples were sent to NDDB lab. Anand, NDDB lab, Anand, Gujarat. Confidentially for testing its quality.
In the latest press conference amid the Tirupati Laddu row, Jagan questions the integrity of the National Dairy Development Board report on Tirupati Prasad adulteration.
This ghee did not pass through the 3 tests, was not even permitted to enter the TTD premises, and it was not consumed. Knowing very well, yet September 18th he makes a statement intentionally lying.
Jagan, it's out at the TDP. BJP says the BJP trying to spread lies about us, further adds that adulteration charge is a conspiracy orchestrated by the ruling TDP. Amid the Mudai scam heat, the Karnataka government has withdrawn the open consent to the CBI to conduct probe within the state. Does the CBI make Siddaramaiah nervous?
याद रखना, पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर भी फिर कश्मीर का ही पार्ट होने वाला है, जम्मू कश्मीर का ही भाग होने वाला है.
On campaign trail in J&K, Yogi Adityanath says we will reclaim Pak-occupied Kashmir. National Conference urged. And security beefed up outside the Eidgah Park in Delhi as politics over installation of Rani Lakshmi by statue peaks. That's also a debate at 9:30 p.m.
Presented by Royal Global University, Northeast can't wait. Pado, kuch pano.
All right, friends, the Mudai scam has been in the headlines for some time now in Karnataka, where the Siddaramaiah family is accused of misappropriating a piece of land in Mysuru, and the Mysuru Urban Development Authority facilitated that. Now, Karnataka government today withdrew general consent to CBI to carry out investigations in the state. CBI, of course, as of now is not involved. But then are there apprehensions that this might happen, and that's why the Karnataka government, in a preemptive move, has taken this decision. The Karnataka government and the Congress there maintains that this is not because of the Mudai scam, that CBI has been acting illegally. We don't know in what context the minister there said that CBI has been acting illegally or not acting legally. And of course, the defensive statement coming in that the consent has not been withdrawn because of Mudai scam. Also, interestingly, this comes on a day when Lokayukt has also got a complaint from the BJP against a trust run by Mallikarjun Kharge. These are some of the earlier governments. Okay, we cut to Chandrababu Naidu. He's speaking to counter the Jagan Mohan Reddy press conference. We come back to this story. All right, that's Andhra Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu responding to Jagan Mohan Reddy.
సెక్యులర్ దేశంలో ఆయన డిక్లరేషన్ అడగడం ఏమిటని ఆయన ప్రశ్నిస్తున్నాడు. ఏమంటారు?
దేశం సెక్యులర్ దేశం, మత సామరస్యాన్ని కాపాడడానికి, మనోభావాలు దెబ్బతీయడానికి కాదు. నా ఇష్ట ప్రకారం వేరే మతాల్ని రెచ్చగొట్టడానికి కాదు. ఆయన కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది అక్కడ టెంపుల్లో సాంప్రదాయాలు. నేను కూడా ఒక టెంపుల్కి పోయినప్పుడు హిందూ అయినా అక్కడ సాంప్రదాయాలు పాటించలేకపోతే నేను పోను. బీ క్లియర్. కాబట్టి అక్కడ
we have to follow the Hindu traditions, and if not, then I won't go there.
అక్కడ డిక్లరేషన్ ఎవరు అడగరు. కానీ ఇక్కడ కొన్ని
You can go to the small temples, but if you don't give the declaration, then you cannot go to the Tirumala temple.
సెక్యులర్ దేశం అనే ఇది అక్కర్లా. అడ్డుకోరు. నువ్వు ముఖ్యమంత్రివి, అందుకే ఇన్ని అపచారాలు జరిగాయి. అవే ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా ఉన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు చట్ట వ్యతిరేక కార్యక్రమం చేశానని చెప్పడం కూడా సిగ్గేయాలి కదా. యూ విల్ బి ది ఫస్ట్ సిటిజన్. ఓత్ ఏం చేశారు మీరు?
When you were the chief minister, you also should have followed the act.
రాజ్యాంగాన్ని ఉల్లంఘించడం చేసావా లేదా? ఈ చట్టం జరిగిందా లేదా? చట్టాన్ని ఉల్లంఘించారా లేదా?
Didn't you disrespect? Didn't you follow the? Why didn't you follow the act?
ఎవరు అడుగుంటారు? సీఎంగా పోతే ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా అధికారం ఇచ్చారు, కానీ దేవాలయంలో సాంప్రదాయాలు వైలేట్ చేయమని లేదు. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ముఖ్యమంత్రి అనే వ్యక్తి మొదటి రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ వ్యక్తి. చట్టాన్ని గౌరవించడంలో మొదటి వ్యక్తిగా ఉండాలి.
Chief Minister is a responsible person and he has to follow the rules and regulations.
ఎప్పుడు మైసూరు పంపించారు? ఎప్పుడు పంపలా?
Right, that's like a counter press conference by the Andhra Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, responding to the charges that were leveled against him, against his government, against his party by Jagan Mohan Reddy, the former Chief Minister who finds himself at the center of the Tirupati Laddu because his government allowed the contract under which the AR dairy supplied that ghee which went into the laddu, which the NDDB finds adulterated. We are going to come back to the story in a bit, but coming back to the one which was under our focus, which is the Karnataka cabinet's decision to withdraw general consent to CBI. It's not the first time that a non-BJP or a non-NDA state has taken this call, but the backdrop is interesting, which is that it happens to come on a day when the Lokayukt has booked the Karnataka chief minister in the state, as also on a day when the BJP is going all after against the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge, the national president of the Congress party, and in fact under lens is a trust run by the Kharges in which a land has been given by the Karnataka government, the Congress Karnataka government, in which Mallikarjun Kharge's son, Priyank Kharge, is a minister. But coming back to this, and we are joined in by a special guest, former director of CBI, Mr. AP Singh. And what we have to understand is that, can we get him on air? Yes. Okay. What we have to understand is, very good evening to you, sir. And good evening. Karnataka government has withdrawn a general consent that typically state governments give to the CBI, the central agency, the federal agency, which looks into corruption cases specifically and other criminal cases generally. What we want to understand for the benefit of viewers before we get into a political debate is, sir, that what is this process of general consent? What's really allowed, what's not allowed in this general consent, and how does it differ from the case-to-case consent that typically the state governments would give otherwise?
See, general consent allows the CBI to investigate all central government employees. Basically, CBI is an anti-corruption agency meant only for the central government, public sector, PSUs and banks. So these are the areas where CBI focuses and CBI investigates. But when there is an important case in the state where the state government wants to give to the CBI, then consent, there has to be a general consent, and the central government has to agree. It is not only the state government. If state government says CBI should take over this case, it will not happen. The central government as well has to agree. So law and order is basically a state subject. Investigation is a state subject. And so therefore, if the state withdraws general consent, then CBI is pretty helpless in that particular state, except the Supreme Court and the High Courts can order CBI investigation irrespective of the general consent given by the state government. So even if there is no consent in Karnataka, and if the High Court or the Supreme Court feels that a CBI investigation is required, they can order it and CBI will go ahead. CBI on its own suo moto cannot take up a case in a state government. That is simply what the law is. And this withdrawal of consent is nothing new. I think in Karnataka, it happened 25, 30 years ago as well. Normally when there is an opposition government to the center, they suspect that the CBI may be acting at the behest of the central government, and therefore they withdraw consent. So this has happened quite often. It is nothing that is unusual or happening the first time. It has happened. But there is always, you always have the Supreme Court and the High Court to go to. In case the state government is not allowing the CBI to investigate a particular case, CBI can also go to the High Court and ask them for powers to investigate. And once the High Court says yes, neither the central government nor the state government has any further role in that matter.
Okay, so what you're saying is, sir, that so far as all the central government employees are concerned, even if they are in Karnataka, they are working in Karnataka or otherwise, the CBI needs no consent, CBI can go ahead. But when it comes to criminal cases, other investigations where the original jurisdiction is of the state agencies, that's where a general consent helps. And irrespective of that, even otherwise, if the court's order or if the Supreme Court, for example, says that this has to be investigated by the CBI, CBI can get it.
Yeah, only High Court and Supreme Court, not local courts. Only the High Court and the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And as far as investigation of central government servants is concerned, my understanding is that they can investigate. I'm not so sure because when I was there, we didn't have this problem of state governments not giving you consent. I think almost all the state governments had given us consent. So this issue never came up. But as far as I'm aware, I think that for central government employees or public sector or banks,
right,
they can go ahead and investigate.
Right. And then, sir, there is this federalism argument because it's a central agency. Should this be allowed, the kind of freedom that the states have to decide whether CBI can get in? Like, for example, what is the process followed in the case of the United States and FBI? Does the FBI need permission from the respective states in USA to go in and carry out an investigation?
FBI has overriding powers. It can take over any case which it feels is of a national level or an important case. It can just take it over. There is no problem there. But you must remember that law and order is a state subject. Investigations are with the state. CBI is only an anti-corruption agency. It is not meant to investigate other cases. And it basically comes in and when state governments want, say, a crime has taken place in Karnataka and the accused are in, say, Calcutta or in Delhi, and it has international or interstate ramifications, then the state itself says that, we are not in a position to investigate this properly. Can the CBI help us in this investigation? And then the center must say yes, that, CBI should take this case over, and then it will come. Just the state government saying that, we want CBI to investigate is not good enough. It has to have the clearance of the central government.
Yeah. I mean, we have recently seen, for example, in the RG car case in Kolkata, the court wanted it, the state government agreed, and the center, of course, let the CBI get in. But in this particular instance, there is a backdrop, sir. In the case of Karnataka withdrawing this consent, there is an investigation that has been ordered by a local court to the Karnataka Lokayukt, a corruption case in which the chief minister has been made an accused. Also, there is a parallel political complaint by the BJP against the national president of the Congress party. You think this withdrawal of consent provides any kind of shield insofar as a possibility of a CBI probe in the Modai scam is concerned?
No, I don't think so, because CBI doesn't come into the picture at all at the moment. It is not like CBI can suo moto go and start investigating that case. It has to have some basis. Either the state government has to request the CBI or the courts have to request the CBI. The central government on its own cannot order a CBI investigation in Karnataka.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Former director of CBI, AP Singh, giving us that lowdown on how the law stands when it comes to CBI getting into investigations in jurisdictions which are directly connected with the states, when the states can withdraw the consent and what can be the implications. This was the legal aspect, of course, the procedural aspect, and insofar as the political aspect is concerned. Join me at 9 p.m. when we discuss whether there is a context to the Karnataka cabinet decision today of withdrawing general consent for CBI to investigate any cases in the state of Karnataka. Moving on to our second story, and that's connected with the Tirupati Laddu Rao. It refuses to die down. Remember today, Jagan Reddy, the former chief minister, who's under the focus of this Andhra government-led probe on the adulterated Prasadam Laddu in the Tirupati temple, came out with a press conference earlier in the day, and he essentially led a counter charge saying that it's all politically motivated. He even questioned the NDDB report, by the way, saying that the ghee which was given to NDDB now was not even supposed to reach or did not reach the laddus. So how come the laddus were adulterated? Listen in, and then I go to Aneri to understand what's really happening on the ground.
After September 18th, September 19th, the so-called confidential report from Gujarat, the NDDB report, the so-called confidential report from NDDB Gujarat is released from Telugu Desam Party office on September 19th. And even in that report, there is a disclaimer which clearly says that this report is not accurate. This report very clearly says that these are the S values, these are the standard values, and these are the deviations. However, these deviations could have taken place because of various factors such as these.
Okay, Aneri joins us live, but over the phone with audio because there seems to be some connectivity issue with the video. Aneri, let me begin by asking, and short answer there. After the press conference of Jagan Reddy, can we say that this whole thing is essentially political, because he's saying that the sample which was sent to NDDB, the sample which was sent to the NDDB was not even supposed to go for the laddus. Is it all political now?
We have been seeing is that since day one, there has been a massive political face-off. On one side, we see Chandrababu Naidu hitting out at Jagan Reddy for using adulterated ghee and also changing the terms and conditions of the tender. Whereas today, we see Jagan Reddy, who was going to arrive at the Tirumala temple, has cancelled his visit because the TDP and the BJP has asked and has been demanding that Jagan Reddy will only be allowed to visit the Tirumala temple if he signs the declaration. So basically, if any non-Hindu has to visit the Tirumala temple, then they have to sign a declaration, which Jagan Reddy hasn't done in all of these years. But now, Jagan Reddy, again hitting back at Chandrababu Naidu, says that the test which was done at the NDDB lab, those 4 tankers were already rejected and the sample was sent to NDDB. So basically, what he is saying is that the tankers which were rejected. So that ghee wasn't used for the laddu prasad which is being made at the Tirumala temple. But now we also have been seeing that how there has been a massive political face-off. On one side, the TDP and the BJP demands that Jagan Mohan Reddy has to declare his religion, and that is the reason why he has cancelled his visit. But on the other hand, we see Jagan Mohan Reddy hitting out at Chandrababu Naidu and TTD over the samples and also over the report. He says that the NDDB report has come out from the TDP office is what Jagan Mohan Reddy has been saying.
All right. Thank you so much, Aneri, with those details. Clearly, it's turned into a political slugfest between the YSRCP and the TDP, Pawan Kalyan party, and the BJP on the other side. It's not. We have not heard the last of this yet, it seems, and we'll keep you updated as and when developments happen. Thank you so much, friends, for joining us, and this is exclusive edition at 8 p.m. Come back with Shravan Sen as he unspools what's really happening in the Middle East, why this escalation between Israel and Lebanon. 8 p.m.
Israel escalates. Middle East on the brink. Is Israel about to open a new front of war? First Hamas, then Hezbollah. What's Israel's endgame? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.